Good morning, students. This is your Shanghita ma'am here, and I welcome all of you in my English grammar class today. And today we will be discussing about active and passive voice. So let me discuss with this topic from the beginning. So what is voice? In English grammar, voice expresses the relationship of the subject to the action. So there are two types of voice. One is active voice and another is passive voice. So what is active voice? If the subject is performing the action, then the verb is said to be in the active voice. You can see it in the picture, the example. People sell good luck flowers. People is the subject. People are selling good luck flowers. So what is the action that they are doing? They are selling. So that is why the people are doing the work of selling. So you can say that the sentence is written in active voice because the work is done by people, by the subject itself. Okay. Now come to passive voice. If the subject is having the action done to it, then the verb is said to be in the passive voice. Means the verb that expresses what is done to the subject. You can see it over here. The human helped the ant. So the human is helping the ant. It is written in active voice because the helping, the verb helping is being done by the human, by the subject. So that is why it is written in active voice. In passive voice, the ant was helped by the human beings. So the verb is helped. It is the helping verb. It is being done. The verb help is being done by the human beings to the ant, to the subject ant. So that is why you can say it is written in passive voice. So what is the usage of this active voice? When you are saying something in a very clear and straightforward way, then you can use active voice. Okay? But sometimes maybe you do not know who is the subject of the action or who is the doer. Okay, you do not know about them. Sometimes it is unknown, or sometimes you need to focus on the action itself rather than the subject. So in these cases, we use passive voice. Okay. Now let me give you an example how to change active to passive voice. At first, you have to look at the subject. You have to read the sentence very clearly to understand whether it is written in active or passive voice. This is the first thing that you need to understand. So the dog chases the cat. In this sentence, dog is the subject. Chasing, the verb is being done by the dog. So that is why you can say the sentence is written in the active voice. So this sentence is written in active voice. Then you need to find out where is the subject. So the dog is the subject because the dog is doing the action. So dog is the subject. Chases, it is the chases, you can say the follows, it means follows. Okay, so it is the verb, and the object, it is the cat. The dog chases the cat. Here in this sentence, you know that the subject will come to the object's place and the object will come to the subject place, and the verb will remain the same. Only some changes will be there. Okay, that you have to remember. Now let me tell you one thing which is very important, that here you cannot change the tense of the verb. Means if it is written in present tense, then you have to change it into present tense only. If it is written in past tense, then past tense you have to make it. If it is written in future tense, then you have to change it to the future tense only. Okay, you cannot change the tense of the verb. So here the second thing you will notice over here is that the tense of the verb chases. That means it is written in simple present tense. It is written in simple present tense. So the verb is written in simple present tense. That means you cannot change thus the verb in a passive voice. You cannot make it to past tense. I feel like making it to the past tense, so I'll be writing it to the past tense. No, I feel like somebody says that I feel like writing it in the future tense, I'll be writing. No, you cannot do that. You have to keep the sentence in simple present tense only. For that, what do you need to do? You have to write it, you have to incorporate an auxiliary verb. Okay, is. Why is? Why, ma'am, you have written is? There is am, there is are. Why you are not writing that? Because the cat, see, it is singular in number, the cat, and after that chases means it is written in simple present tense. In simple present tense you cannot write beyond am, is or are. Am you cannot write, obviously. I is not written over here. Are you cannot write because cat is not plural in number. So is, because it is singular in number, so that is why the cat is. After that, the main verb. It is a main verb. Chases is a main verb. You have to write the third form or the PP form. That means past participle form of the main verb. So what is the past participle form of the main verb? Chases, chased. That means if go is written over here, you have to write went. If right is written, then you have right is the word right is over there, then you have to make it to, you have to write it written. Okay. So similarly, chase, you have to write, make it to past participle form of the verb, or the third form of the verb. So that is why chased. Okay. So the cat is chased. After that, before the subject that has become here object, you have to add by the dog. Okay. So here goes the final sentence. The cat is chased by the dog. Okay. Let me give you another example over here. She helps him. Here you can see, in the similar way, you can see that she is the subject, help, it is the verb, and him, it is the object. I told you subject will become object, object will become subject. So him will become he. Similarly, her will become she. I will become me. Okay, we will discuss about it later on. So him becomes he. After that, verb is, the verb over here is helps. So it is also written in simple present tense. So simple present tense, I have already mentioned that am, is, are, beyond that you cannot write. So is, he is, because he, it is singular in number. Okay, it is not plural number, so that is why you cannot write are. Am also you cannot write. So he is. After that, help, the third form of the help, verb help, main verb help, that is helped. After that, when you are writing the object, then you have to write by before it. So by. After that, she becomes her. I told you the pronoun she becomes her. So this is the sentence. He is helped by her. Okay. So as I have already told you that the pronoun which is in active voice, it changed to passive voice. I becomes me in passive voice. We becomes us. You becomes, it remains you. They becomes them. He becomes him. She, it becomes her. And it, the pronoun it remain the same. Okay. So let me remind you again what we have learned. At first, you have to identify the subject, the verb, and the object. Then you have to change the subject into object and the object into subject. After that, you need to understand the auxiliary. Where is the auxiliary verb? Okay, you need to understand what auxiliary verb will be suitable for that sentence. Then you have to put the auxiliary verb. Then for the main verb, you have to change it to the past participle form of the main verb. After that, you have to add the preposition by before the object. So in this way you can change from active voice to the passive voice. You can change a sentence. Okay. Now students, if you open your grammar book in page number 243, there will find some examples of active to passive voice done in simple present tense. So look at the first example. She helps the poor. I told you that how to change it, how to change the sentence. She is the subject, the poor is the object, help, it is written in simple present tense. So here she becomes her, poor, the word poor, it remains the same. Okay, and after that you can write the poor, because the subject becomes object and the object becomes subject. So the poor becomes the first thing that you have to write, poor. After that are helped, because it is plural in number, it refers to all the poor people of the world. So the poor are. After that help, the third form of the verb help is helped. After that by, then she becomes her. Okay, next sentence, we expect good news. So good news is the object turns into subject, good news. After that expect is a verb, good news, news is always singular in number. Okay, so good news is. After that the third form of the verb expected, expect is the verb, main verb. So the third form of the verb is expected. After that we, I told you, we becomes us. So us. Before that we have to add by. So the sentence is good news is expected by us. Okay. Turn the page and now come to 244 page in your book. He disgusts me. So here me becomes I. I told you that I becomes me. So me becomes I as well. I. Disgust, it is the main verb. So disgust, the verb is it will turn into the third form of the verb, the past participle form of the verb, that is disgusted. And but before that, as it is written in simple present tense, then so that is why I am adding over here, it is being added over here, I am. Okay, I am disgusted. So here it is an exceptional, you can say, it is not as the rule that we have learned. Okay, I am disgusted with him. Okay, not by, I am disgusted with him. Okay. Next example, Reena doesn't sing a song. So Reena is the subject, a song, it is the object. Okay, so subject will become object, object will become subject. So a song. After that it is written in present tense. How am I understanding that? How am I telling that it is written in simple present tense? Because does, the word does is there. So that is why it is written in simple present tense. So does, it will become, it will just act like the other sentence. A song. After that the auxiliary verb I told you is. After that, as because it is a negative sentence, so not. After that sing is the main verb, sing, sang, sung, the third form of the main verb you have to write. So sung. After that by Reena. Okay, so the answer is a song is not sung by Reena. Okay, so let me give you some other examples from the simple present tense, active voice. So in active voice, he helps us. So the answer is we are helped by him. Why? Because us, he is the subject, us is the object, help, it is written in, it is the main verb. So us becomes we, he becomes him, helps. Okay, helps is we, because we is the subject, plural in number, it is plural in number, we is plural in number. So that is why we are. After that helps become helped. by him. So we are helped by him. Okay. Doctors treat patients. Patients are, because patients it is plural, so that is why patients are treated by doctors. Okay. Next, teachers teach students. It is also written in simple present tense. How can you say it is written in? Because the word teach, look at the main verb over here, teach. If it is past tense, it should be written taught. Okay, it is not past tense, so that is why teach. So students, after that it is plural in number, so that is why students are. After that, teach will become the third form, taught by the teachers. Okay, so students are taught by teachers. Next, parents bring up children. Children are bring. Brings pp form is brought. So children are brought up by parents. Okay. Next, we love our country. So here you can see that same thing, we is the subject, our country is the object. So here our country is loved by us. Our country is singular in number, so that is why is. After that, love, the third form of love is loved, then by, then we becomes us. So our country is loved by us. Now come to the next tense. Okay, that is present continuous tense. How to change the voice of the sentences which are written in present continuous tense. So here goes the example. Look at the example over here. I am reading a story. Same way, I, it is the subject, am reading. See, it is written in bold letter. It is in present continuous tense. That means it is the verb. After that, a story, it is the object. So a story will become, with this a story, object will turn to subject. So with a story you will start the sentence, a story. After that, in place of am, is, are. Okay, you have to write am, is, are only wherever it is necessary. After that, in place of ing you have to add being. Okay, substitute of ing is being. After that, the third form of the main verb. You cannot write ing form. You cannot write the present tense. You cannot write the future tense of the verb, the main verb. You have to write the past participle form of the main verb. Okay. So the story is being read by me. A story. So here goes a story. It comes to the first sentence. Okay. So a story. After that is. Then after being. Then read by me. Okay. I becomes me. Let me give you another example. The engine is driving the train. So the engine is the subject. The engine is the subject and the train is the object. So you can see that the sentence is being started with the train. So the train. After that, the verb will remain the same because it is singular in number. Train is singular in number, is. Here you remember that in present continuous tense you have to use only the auxiliary verbs that will be used over here is am, is, are. After that, being. Then the past participle form of the main verb. Okay. So here am, is, or are you have to write according to the subject. So the train, it is written in singular number. So that is why is. After that, being, because it is continuous tense. And also it is written in our rules as well. After that, drive, the third form of drive, that is driven by the engine. So the answer is the train is being driven by the engine. Okay. Come to the next example. She is singing a song. So a song, after that is. Why? Because I told you you cannot write beyond am, is, are over here, because it is present continuous tense. So a song is being, being, being sung by her. She becomes her. Next, the carpenter is making furniture. The furniture is being made by the carpenter. Okay, furniture is being making. Make is the actual verb, the main verb. Make become made. Make, made. Okay, so made by the carpenter. So this is the rule of how to change active to passive voice in present continuous tense. At first you have to turn the subject into object, object into subject. Then you can write am, is, or are according to the subject. Okay, you can write am, is, or are. Then being, then the past participle of the main verb, then the subject. That means it will turn to object. Okay, let me give you example from your book. It is in page number 244. Present continuous tense. A gardener is plucking flowers. So gardener, it is the subject, is plucking is the tense, the verb. After that flowers, it is the object. So obviously object will become subject, subject will become object. Flowers, it is in plural form, that is why are. After that being, as it is written in continuous tense. After that pluck is the main verb. Third form of pluck is plucked. After that by the gardener. So flowers are being plucked by the gardener. Next, she is driving a motor car. A motor car is being driven by her. Okay. Next, boys are flying kites. Kites are, because kites it is written in plural verb, plural form. So that is why kites are. After that being, being, being. After that fly. Fly is the main verb. Flown. The third form of fly is flown. Fly, flew, flown by boys. So kites are being flown by boys. Students, I hope that you have understood this much. In next class we will discuss more about it. Okay, thank you.